So one question I have regarding these opt-outs is, how does it affect our possible extensions of Golladay or Decker? I think these opt-outs, if Bob Quinn is studying them, should change the way we structure Golladay and Decker's extensions. You brought up CJ Mosley, so I want to talk about the case of CJ Mosley. He's probably the best player, the guy who's making the most money, who's opted out so far.
Mm-hmm.
In March of 2019, he signed a 5-year, $85 million contract with a $7.5 million signing bonus, a $10.5 million roster bonus last year, as well as a $1 million salary. This year, he got a $10 million roster bonus in March. So far, he's made $29 million to play 1 year of football. Currently, he's 28 years old. He's opting out, so he's going to be 29 at the start of next season. This is looking like a horrible contract for the Jets at this point. He may not be the same player next year at 29, having taken a full year off. He may end up quitting or retiring or just being a mediocre player at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as the Lions are concerned, because there could be COVID opt-outs in the 2021 season, the Lions need to be careful about giving too much money up front in the way of signing bonuses and roster bonuses, a la what the Jets did with CJ Mosley.
Mm-hmm.
It's much safer for teams to give the majority of their money as salary, which is not going to be given to them in case of an opt-out.
Yeah, exactly. So they actually have to earn their money as opposed to looking through loopholes in their contract to try and get signing bonuses or whatever, roster bonuses, whatever it so be. Yeah. So my last question for you about the whole COVID thing is like, so what are your thoughts on the NFL actually moving the opt-out date back or pushing it back? I know it was it more of a push from players? I know I saw a lot of players being kind of vocal about it, and I also saw players criticizing the NFL for pushing the date back. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, the original agreement was it was going to be 7 days from the time they sign the new CBA. Well, the CBA was agreed to about 7 days ago already, but there's been some legal issues. They're trying to figure out some language, so it hasn't actually been signed. The problem is if you keep pushing it further and further out, it starts getting into training camp. So the NFL wants to move it less than the 7-day period and hopefully have the deadline sometime this week, ideally within the next couple of days or so, since really the CBA has already been agreed to. And players who are having an issue with this, I don't really see their perspective. I don't agree with their standpoint. They've had more than a week to review the CBA, talk with their agent about whether they should opt out or not. And it should not be an issue for them to make a decision within the next 2-3 days.
Exactly.